Uh-huh. Was it working now? No? Maybe? Hey, okay. So the YouTube one is definitely working. Okay. Alright, but for some reason, I don't have, I don't have stream chat available. That's weird. Weird. Why is it gone? This means I can't see the Twitch chat. This is very frustrating. Okay, we getting there. We're getting there. Blah 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 blah. Get rid of that. So okay. Disable 7 TVs. That was fucking hell. Really? Kind of like. I have to sign in. Maybe that's what fixes it. No, it said connecting to chat, and then it stopped. Why? 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 We were so close. We were so close. I can't even chat. I can't even chat. This is ridiculous. Oh, ridiculous. Alright. Somebody type something in chat. Something in. Wait, it says also fourth try. Wait, what? Okay, now it's changed the title. Okay, okay. Is everything just really slow on the. You can't see this, guys, but this is. I'm having some technical difficulties. Like, Twitch chat has disappeared. Like, this bit here. I can't. It's not here. It's gone. I'm trying to fix it. Whoop, that was the wrong one. No, I don't want to get rid of that one. There we go. There we go. So, man, I'm doing lots of things and hoping that they change everything, but nothing changes. I mean, YouTube seems fine. YouTube seems fine. But now Twitch is acting up. This is weird. Like, I would have thought, like, getting everything ready for YouTube would make it, it would just be YouTube that fucked up, but, no. Okay, let's see. That's, maybe, Osmo, are you here? Can you type something? If you are alive, type something to me, and then I'll be able to see where it actually goes. H. Okay, yeah. So that does show up. So then, how do you do this? This is weird. This is weird. That doesn't work. And I can't. Oh, no. No, browser crash. Okay. And then it just suddenly started adding sound. No use at all. Switch to more stable. Maybe it is an extensions issue. Let's see. Oh yeah, as soon as I turn off 7TV, it works again. Yeah. Okay, so if I turn it back on, does it then work? It steals it again. It steals it again. Okay, so we've got to turn 7TV off. Alright, that's that. Is it did 7TV like need an update or something, or was that it? That it just needed to update? No, it needs to be turned off. Okay. Let's see. Manage extensions. 7TV details off. Okay. And now I can pop out the chat. And now I can see what you're saying. Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. My beautiful people. Okay, there we go. Alright. Thank you for saying that. That's very kind of you. Okay. Right, yo. It's patch notes day. Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna start off with that. I got a coffee. I got a muesli bar. Apparently I'm 12. Okay. So I was gonna make notes as well. We're gonna make notes too. So, Runes of Aldur League, Endgame, or the Divinity Endgame Overhaul, Masters of the Atlas. Looking forward to that. Delirium Breach Ritual, Fate of the Vaal, moving to core. It's gonna get nerfed into the ground. Abyss Expedition. It's weird that they did Delirium Breach, Ritual, Abyss Expedition, and then Fate of the Vaal moving to core. Other endgame changes. Campaign replayability. Looking forward to that. Player changes, new content and features. Ascendancy changes, passive skill tree changes. Skill changes, support changes, unique items. Monster changes is good, usually. Quest changes. UI changes, nice. I got a whole section for UI, MCX, and bug fixes. Okay, so we're gonna need let's log in. Let's log in, bro. Yeah. What else? We really need probably Pop 2 or PB. Yeah. Probably gonna need Pop 2 up. Just so we can. I'm getting 1,000 messages. Just gotta check. Okay. So, let's get into it. Return of the Ancients. Expansion contains a new league overhaul to the endgame, 6 new endgame storylines, 2 new ascendancy classes, as well as a huge amount of other content. For more information about this, you have to check out pathfactor2/ancients. The Spirit Walker I'm interested in. A 100+ new crafting runes. Spoilers! Oh my god, classic Bozo. We haven't, we just started Bozo, you just got here on time. Got here right on time! Okay. Runes of Elder. Start fresh a new economy with the Runes of Elder League. In each area in the Runes of Elder, you'll find a remnant, which allows you to craft an item of your choosing by using runic recipes engraved into the slots in the remnant. Tell me what to think! I mean, I think you should be happy that we're getting a new league in just a week, and we can play some Path of Exile. That's my guess. So far. Depending on the rune shapes used, blue lines, you will then face an encounter with tough enemies that you'll need to defeat to claim your item. Each additional rune shape used to craft the item will increase the number of waves of enemies, adding additional runic modifiers to the enemies with each wave. So the runic modifiers are going to matter quite a lot then, aren't they? And it's a wave of enemies. So the rune shape. Remnants start with any number of slots between 2 and 10. With high numbers being much rarer, but allowing you to craft much rarer items. Also, it starts with 2. 2 waves. So already it's going to be way more difficult than Val Temple encounters, which weren't that bad. But they also get the additional modifiers. Monsters raised by remnants can drop Verisium metal. A new currency. Okay. So Verisium is our new currency. It's gonna be like Intelligence and Betrayal League or something. Added new NPC Pharaoh with 4 quests in the campaign, allowing you to unlock various new crafting features. New crafting system, Verisium Rune Forging. After unlocking Verisium Rune Forging in Act 1, this system allows you to add Runic Ward to your armors by spending Verisium. Armors lower than level 55 gain Runic Ward with no downside. Okay. Armors above this level trade some of their regular base defenses for ward. So, below 55 it's just a straight upgrade. Yo, that's crazy good. Because the number of times that we get, like, killed is not so many. But my understanding is your life gets depleted say you had 100 life and 10 ward, you get hit for 200 life, it takes 100 life away, and you're left with a 10 ward. And then if you get hit for 9 damage, then you're down to 1 ward. But then you use your life flask, and I think it's going to stop us dying so much. So I think this is really strong. Added a new defense. Runic Ward. This defense kicks in once you reach 1 life, allowing you to continue to survive while your Runic Ward takes damage. Regenerates independently of your life. So, maybe then it doesn't actually reject all the extra damage. We think water regenerates independently of your life. Okay. Added 13 new alloy currency items, which can be unlocked through remnant encounters after completing Pharaoh's quest. 13 new alloy currency items. So after Act 2 we can get alloys. Various new crafted modifiers to items by replacing an existing modifier. Okay. So it's like a more deterministic Chaos Orb. So, alright, where's the reveal? I want to check out what it, oh, XR2. 4.3 million views. Yo, that's a lot of noise. Okay.
Those in dark.
Oh, no, this is a trailer. Oh, what the heck. Here we go.
Expression of a.
So there's is it this?
Corpses of.
This is literally exactly where I wanted to look at in the reveal. Okay, so I love you, Mark.
To a fresh play experience right from the start of the game, as well as new mechanics, storylines, and in-game bosses.
In-game bosses. Okay.
of
So,
Elder League,
alright, so it seems like there's already monsters around this.
you will encounter a man being attacked by the undead in Clearfell. After saving him, he introduces himself as Pharaoh, a young blacksmith trying to bring back the ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing. He has been collating his discoveries in a tome.
So, it's these two that are the marked ones, right?
And is keen to show you how runesmithing works. By inscribing symbols on these.
Why is this blue one? Why has this one got an outline? Oh, is it because it's locked in?
Ancient Ezomite remnants.
Yeah. So
Works. By inscribing.
So does that mean we can already tell at the beginning what kind of stuff it's gonna maybe make? Because it adds in here this like this person with a bow. This is literally a little person with a bow.
Symbols on these ancient Ezomite remnants.
Look, it's a little dude with a bow.
You can create all manner of old magics.
So what I'm thinking is, because you start off, like, wait, actually, where does it? Let's see.
Ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing.
I want to see what
He
a
has been
like a
collating
gameplay
his
footage
discoveries
for
in a
this.
tome and is keen to show you how runesmithing works. By
So if you kill all the monsters around one of these remnants, and it just pops up with this. before you do anything, then this is going to be a really good way to tell what kind of modifiers it already has, guaranteed, and then what you can then make from that. So you can know if, like, oh, it's a Mage Blood one, guys, or it's a Headhunter one, guys.
And scribing symbols on these ancient Izomite remnants, you can create all manner of old magics.
That's my.
Unfortunately, on doing so, the corpses of the nearby undead are revived and infused with some of the latent power, making for a difficult fight.
What is this guy? And they got twisters. I hate those twisters.
After defeating
okay, and then you can loot
these monsters, Pharaoh realizes that runesmithing is a dangerous business, and he is going to need the help of someone a little more martially inclined to discover these secrets. He lends you his tome and asks that you note down anything you discover when you return to him. In each area in the runes
okay, so this is where we need to
of Aldur-Lee,
see what's going on.
You will find a remnant.
Yeah. Look, see, right here. It's like as soon as you walk up to it. Is my head in the way? Maybe. Yeah, my head is in the way. Okay. But look at
as you
it.
approach it, you
Look at this. Right, so you can see already. Oh, it's not a Headhunter
will
one,
notice
guys.
that some symbol.
But this is a different recipe for the augmentation.
Are already present.
So wait,
Find a remnant.
how do you just
And
click
as
on
you
the whole
approach
thing?
it, you will notice that
Oh, you actually have to
some
click on the
symbols are
book.
already present, and some
Tempest Rune. Cannot be shocked or chilled. All damage can shock and chill. Oh. Oh, so this is a Tempest Rune is locked in. And then you can choose one of these ones to add
are waiting
in.
for you to fill them in. Depending on which symbols are already present, you will have different options for which items you can create using this magic.
Yeah. What was that?
You will have different options for which items you can create using this magic. For example, if you combine Tempest...
Wait. It just flickered over rune shape combinations. And there was a different thing. No? Am I cooked? Sorry.
Different options for which items you can create using this magic. For example, if you can...
Yeah, there. It did something different. Oh, it just... Oh, it totally... all augmentation. Okay,
combine
right. Okay.
Tempest and Lightning,
Once again, lightning.
you
extra
can
lightning
create
damage.
an orb of augmentation.
Yeah, probably don't want to do that. This guy did not win this fight first time he did this. So you don't actually have to kill everybody, you have to kill most people. Because there was still a couple of... Or maybe they were from another... Maybe they were like
But
brought
be
in.
careful.
Okay.
The symbols used to craft the items also empower the monsters around the remnant, who will be revived as undead to fight again with different...
Alright.
Empower the monsters around the remnant.
Oh,
who will be
monsters around the
revived as
remnant.
undead to fight again with different properties depending on what runes you used. So, if you use a fire rune in your recipe, the monsters will be empowered with fire. Or if you
Conjures moonbeams.
use a moon rune, lunar beams will rain down as you fight the monsters.
And those are bad, right?
After the fight, break the remnant to receive the item you crafted.
And then we get some Verisium. And this is where is this? This looks like Misa. I think this is like a regular zone in the campaign, is it? He also got Verisium from fighting just the regular monsters.
As you get higher level,
Furnace Rune of Spinning, Furnace Rune of Agony, Rune of Draining. Ah, okay, so the guaranteed one could be like anywhere, basically.
you will start to find remnants with more slots for more runes, allowing you to craft after
8%
rarer
increased
items.
attack speed.
As the number of slots increases though, more waves of monsters will be added, with each wave being empowered by more and more of the runes. And this can get pretty dicey, because some of the runes can have powerful effects.
What was that famous rune of spinning? Was that the one you took? Okay, it doesn't tell you what it is.
Like the Oath rune, which will cause one monster to be nominated as a leader, spawning waves of minions. The leader itself will be invincible, but killing its minions will deal damage to it.
Greater Chow's Orb.
Some recipes can get pretty large, requiring 6, 7,
Breath of Elder, Eye of Elder, Passion of Elder, and Betrayal of Elder. Those are probably also really good.
or
Why are
even
those
8
purple?
runes.
Why are these purple ones? Cadigan's Epiphany and Astrid's Creativity. Is that like... Cadigan's Epiphany is something. A rune has an exclusive enchantment modifier to equipment. It is socketed into... Oh, okay. We don't know what it is then. And... Astrid's Creativity. And there's nothing for that. Okay, right.
But don't worry, you won't have to.
Rune shape comes implicit inscription. So archaic rune of animosity. So can you just wait? Do you just get this as well? Implicit inscription. Archaic rune of prowess. Archaic rune of splinters. Archaic rune of titan.
To remember them. Pharaoh's rune
Talismans gain 2 druidic prowess when you heavy stun a rare or
crafting
unique
book
enemy.
will record
Yeah.
all the options,
What's this
allowing you to simply
implicit
pick which one you want to
inscription?
craft, given the existing runes that are already on the remnant. To expand your knowledge and to allow you to craft more items,
Okay.
Pharaoh has asked that you keep an eye out for signs of runic magic around Rayclast. He wants to document anything you find in order to rediscover the secrets of Ezomite runesmiths of old. The first of these can be found in Ogham, and reveals to you an ancient secret, buried deep underground. The runic magic which the Ezomites believe to be their own is actually of Kalguran origin.
So in Ogham we find this.
Thousands of years ago, the Kalgurans came to Rayclast to find sources of verisium, a metal on which engraved runes allow control over reality. Pharaoh is determined to learn these ancient ways and gain mastery over them. If you can bring him more verisium, he'll be able to use it to smith power into any armor, granting
So hold on.
more verisium.
Let's have a look.
He'll be
Let's
able to
quick
use
look
it
here.
to smith power
96 evasion,
into any armor,
and it's going to
granting
cost
you
us
runic
30,
ward.
or
The
it costs 30.
power harnessed by
Oh, it actually gets less evasion. Maybe this is pre-release stuff though, so it's not bad.
the
Playing on ward.
Kalgurans since ancient times. Runic Ward is a new resource.
Okay, right. So I think we've seen enough of that. Okay, so wait, Ogham. Where the fuck is Ogham? Like it's Act 1, right? But is it like is it going to be just in Ogham Village, Ogham Farmlands? Like where do we think it's going to be? Okay, right. We've basically done 0 so far, so let's move ahead. So after yeah, anything lower than 55, runic ward, no downside. I think I want to put that one in there. I want to write that shit down. Right, added 13 new alloy currency items can be locked through remnant encounters after completing Pharaoh's quest in Act 2. The alloys. Who These items add various new crafted modifiers to items by replacing an existing modifier. Similar to perfect essences. Okay. After unlocking unique Verisium rune forging in Act 3, you can upgrade the base type of unique weapons and armors that drop at levels lower than 55. Upgraded unique weapons will have higher damage, and upgraded armors will increase base defenses as well as runic ward, allowing them to be more competitive at higher levels. The unique armors above level 55 can still be reinforced to modify the defenses to include reward at the cost of reducing other defenses similar to the base types. Okay, so you can actually Act 3 That's really strong. Because that means any uniques we find along the way, we can upgrade them. I'm literally wearing one right now. Right, I literally got one on. So Innsmouth, this shabby hood. It's out level 55. God damn it! But imagine if it wasn't, guys. Imagine if it wasn't. But I mean, yeah, a level 55 Innsmouth, you would be able to upgrade it to something. I guess. I get a bit more evasion. Unique Verisium rune forging has additional properties when used on Kalgur and uniques. They said they're going to let us know how to figure out if something's Kalgur and Ezomite or Val. Added 13 ancient runes which can be unlocked to be crafted by remnant encounters after completing Pharaoh's Act 4 quest. These runes have powerful bonuses to each specific weapon, specific to each weapon type. Okay. So is that the one we saw where it's like the surpassing chance for arrows and stuff? Archaic, is that it? It's probably this, right?
All the options, allowing you to simply pick which one you want to craft.
Bows, yeah. Like the archaic rune splinters. That's good. That's very strong, isn't it? Okay, so stuff like that is really good. Added 13 mythical early game runes that can be crafted from remnant encounters to provide significant boost to level 15 plus characters. 3 fluxes which can be crafted from remnants to transform the resistances on your item form into that. Yo, they got the refought the. Oh, nice. Okay. 3 fluxes to give resistance swap. We can get resistance swap now. I thought they hated that. I thought they didn't like that it was in PoE 1 because they thought it solved the itemization thing too easily. 15 metacrafting runes that can be crafted from remnants. Okay, yeah. 60 plus runes that can be created by destroying a unique to make a rune that gains some of its properties. Yeah. Oh, So these are just from destroying uniques. Okay, so they've handcrafted all these then. Okay. 15 plus runic ward runes that can be crafted from remnants, adding or modifying properties related to runic ward. So, okay. 60 plus runes made from unique mods. Okay, added 15 plus runic ward runes that can be crafted from remnants. Adding or modifying properties related to runic ward. Okay, I guess we'll have to figure out what that is later. 21 Kalguran skills that can be crafted from remnants. Okay, there's a bunch of skills. We don't know what any of them do. Detonate living. That sounds good. I want to detonate many living. I want to detonate all the living. And grim pillars. Okay. Detonate living sounds fun. 8 Kalguran supports that can be crafted from remnants. Concussive runes, Fist of Kalgur, healing runes. Kalguran supports rune force blaze, running extraction, running confusion, and scouring flame. Yeah, I guess we have to wait and see what the supports and gems are like. What the skills. Expert remnants have been changed into remnants from the runes of Aldur League. So it's definitely going core Aldur. It's just we don't know how much. New endgame story. Set out on an expedition with Pharaoh to explore the ocean as you investigate the tombs of fallen Kaldurans and challenge them to earn remarkable rewards. Seek out the crater of a fallen star, a meteor of pure verisium, from which you hope to forge objects of immense power. If you can defeat what awaits you there, it's a spider. There's now a hub area, the ruins of Kingsmarch for ruins of Aldur. Southeast starting location there. Okay, so does that mean there's like a town or something? Or log mechanic has been changed into an ocean exploring mechanic. Using logworks now unveils a section of the ocean with a variety of islands to explore. So this is basically a little bit like towers. Many new underground areas have been added that can be uncovered during expeditions. Many new islands have been added with new grand expeditions, previously known as logbooks. Medved, Rana, and Utrecht join Oroth as the four faction leaders available to fight on your islands you can discover in the ocean. That sounds great. Defeating Oroth will give you a key that you can use to access the new pinnacle boss for the Runes of Aldur. The new Runes of Aldur Challenge League includes the first set of challenges in Perfect Slot 2. Earn pieces of the Knight of Aldur armor set when you complete 2, 4, 6, and 8 challenges in Aronas of Aldur. These challenge rewards are only obtainable in this league. I wonder what the challenges are. I don't know if they said that they were already. From the first challenge onwards, and for every challenge after that, you'll receive pieces of the Runes of Aldur totem decoration to place in your hideout. Totem pole permanently showcases how many of the Runes of Aldur challenges you completed during the league. All of your old characters are still present, but a free passive fee refund has been granted due to changes. We would highly encourage you to join the new leagues and fully take in the changes. Please, please. Please don't play standard. Alcohol variants are apparently standard. The Atlas now has fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you distinct objectives that are easy to find. All league mechanics on the Atlas now have quests that introduce the mechanic and guide you through its various stages up to the pinnacle boss. All pinnacle boss now have their quest versions that can be accessed deterministically alongside repeatable non-quest versions that offer a great challenge. Added 30 new endgame map areas. 30. Yo, wait. Upgrading the uniques means that you can upgrade your face breakers as well. Good to know. Origins of Divinity. Okay. Alright, so this is just... Alright, I should put these... Runes of Aldur League. I should put this in here. Is it 1 U or 2? Just 1. Okay. New in-game storyline. Cataclysm of the Beast has invoked an ancient protocol designed to scour for and purge corruption should it ever take hold to this degree. Traverse the Atlas to enter the fortress and activate the gates. So, all those corruption zones, I guess they're gone now? Wait, but then how do we get the fracturing orbs? Maybe they're still there. I guess we just don't, like, Doriani comes along and purges the beasts or something, the corruption dudes. Huh. First, the Atlas encounter and enter the fortress and activate the gates. Obtain the keys to reach the ancient power precursor weapons and disarm them. On completion of your first tower, a fortress will rise from the earth. Maps inside the fortress grant one or more passive points for the Atlas passive tree. This entirely replaces the previous method of granting Atlas points. The Atlas tree has been significantly expanded with 300 nodes. After completing all the maps inside the fortress, you will gain enough passive points to fully allocate the passive tree, the Atlas tree. As the entire Atlas tree can be fully allocated, there is no need to allow respecialization for it anymore. Multi-choice nodes on the tree can be changed between options at any time. That's nice. Many maps in the fortress have ancient modifiers that add or modify the content of the map. Any maps with modifiers that add secondary content to the map also implicitly add that content to the map as well. Okay. Added 40 plus ancient modifiers that have a chance to appear on any map outside the fortress. Yeah, added 3 gateway maps with 2 new bosses that can be used to access different sections of the fortress. New precursor tower maps have been added outside the fortress. The Burning Monolith, along with the Arbiter of Ash, has been moved into the fortress. Quest versions of the Crisis Fragments have been added to 2 Enigma chambers inside the fortress. Added 2 new Citadel maps with 2 new bosses that drop keys to the new Pinnacle boss. Added Arbiter of Divinity Pinnacle boss. Maps in the fortress can be alternatively completed by killing the Arbiter of Divinity 5 times to complete different sections of the fortress automatically in order to gain Atlas tree points. So we have to kill this guy 5 times just to get our Atlas tree points. Okay. Alongside the Atlas tree, a new system called Masters of the Atlas introduces ascendancy style progression for the endgame. Players can align with different masters such as Jado of the Order of the Jinn or the Monster Hunter Hildar, each offering unique asymmetric bonuses that can be swapped between maps at will, enabling build-defining bonuses. Each master has 12 nodes, of which 4 can be selected at the same time. You can change your selection at any time. All 3 masters can be allocated at the same time with quick select button to change between each master before you run a map. Unlock each row of 3 nodes by performing missions for the masters. New Atlas Master. Doriani's science quest line is unlocked by clearing a corruption nexus. Okay, so we still have to do the corruption nexus. It's just like Doriani's. We're probably going to have to do 4 of them for Doriani. Or maybe the first one will be like, do 1, and then the next one will be like, do 2 corruption nexuses, and then the next one will be, do 3. I hope it's not that. New Atlas Master. Hilda's hunting questline is unlocked by visiting Hilda's campsite slightly southwest of your starting location on the Atlas. Okay. Southwest. And Jado's Spycraft questline is unlocked by completing an anomaly map near the starting location. Okay. Delirium. An ancient trickster has been unleashed, spreading madness across raid class. Do you dare to uncover his origins and confront your darkest fears? See #Delirium for more. The Raven and the Hare. This thing down here, I want to know what that, like, how that works. The Delirium Atlas tree has been completely revamped with many new nodes and existing nodes changed. Probably good. Probably good. There's now a hub area, the Withered Willow for Delirium to the southwest of its own location on the Atlas. The maps around this location all contain Deliriums and give you points for the Delirium Atlas passive tree. Okay. After breaking a Delirium mirror, there's now a progress bar showing how deep you are in the fog and how long you have until the fog clears. The start of the Delirium bar represents your initial location at the Delirium minute, and the end of the Delirium bar represents the location of the map boss. Okay, so it's just a progress bar. There are now a set of Delirium encounters that can be seen on the Delirium bar. Reaching certain depths will cause colored mirror shards to appear. Walking to the mirror shards will break them, activating the new encounters. Okay, so this is like maybe Delirium bosses. The direction of the map boss can be observed by looking at the fog effect. Moving in the direction of the fog will always lead you to the map boss. Okay, so that means that Delirium is actually useful now. Because the fog just tells you which way to go. Okay. Map bosses in Delirium will always be 100% delirious. Can you end the Delirium still? Or is that not a thing? The damage and life bonus given to monsters from Delirium has been reduced. Oh, okay. Good. Added 5 new elite Delirium monsters. Added new sub-area, Loathsome Mire. The Loathsome Mire drops 2 new amulet-based types that grant 2 instilled notables at the cost of either -1 suffix or -1 prefix. Some of these are going to be like a mirror each. Liquid Emotions can now be used to craft additional mods on jewels. Okay. These are like similar to Greater Essence, each having a set of specific mods that replace a random existing mod on an item. That's interesting. Okay. Completing Delirium mirrors now has a chance to spawn Grand mirrors on the Atlas on a nearby map. Grand mirrors create a duplicate of the map boss in the affected map. Killing both map bosses will unlock a new Atlas at the Trial of Madness. Okay, after triggering the Trial of Madness, fog will spread from a map of your choosing on the Atlas, including a locked simulacrum. While inside the fog, the entire map is delirious, starting at 10%. Killing rare monsters in the map boss increases the deliriousness of all maps in the fog. On reaching 100%, the simulacrum will become available. Deliriousness can continue to be increased up to 200% delirious. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, based on previous deliriousness. Rare and unique monsters in Delirious maps have a set of new Delirious modifiers, giving them strange new abilities. Okay, cool. Map bosses of Delirious maps can additionally drop a new set of 3 potent emotions that could be used to craft new powerful modifiers on jewels. Oof. That are not available in the normal jewel pool. Okay. These emotions can also be used to instill a set of 16 new passive tree notables that are not normally available on the passive tree. Huh. Okay. So we're getting the prismatic ones from like PoE1. Because they're not on the passive tree, but you can use them with the prismatic oil. Simulacrum has been updated and is now a 7-wave encounter. Oh my goodness, that's so much better. Completing a Simulacrum will now give you a key to face the new Delirium Pinnacle boss. There is new set of 10 ancient emotions that can drop if unlocked by the Atlas tree, which can be used to craft time-lost jewels. There are also 3 ancient potent emotions that can be used to craft new powerful modifiers on time-lost jewels that are not normally available in the mod pool. Okay, so there's that whole boost to jewels. Some non-amulet Delirium uniques now drop with the Raven Touch modifier, allowing them to be instilled. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah. Uh, uh, um, tools. Hey, Breach. New Breach storyline. Travel to the monastery of the keepers, the Hallowed Halls. Hallowed Halls. Of the. I always thought it was Hallowed, but it's Hallowed. Or Hallowed. I guess, no, because in Old English it's Hallowed, but in here it's Hallowed. Halls of the Keepers of the Flame, and discover the Genesis tree stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself. They're a new hub area. The Monastery of the Keepers to the south of your starting location. So the hub areas, these are like mini towns, basically. Well, they won't have like shops in, but the maps around this location will contain computer scanners. Completing these maps give you points to the Atlas, Breach Atlas tree. The Breach Atlas passive tree has been completely revamped with many new nodes and existing nodes changed. Starting a breach now shows a progress bar that indicates how long you have until a breach will close, as well as how much time killing monsters is extending the life of the breach. Reaching 100% on this bar will begin a new mechanic, Stabilized Breach. A stabilized breach will spawn new challenges at its starting point. Added new boss to Stabilized Breach, Rune Marshal of Ishesht. Added new crafting system, Genesis Tree. Genesis Tree allows consuming of rune gifts and high blood to create rings, amulets, belts, and currency. Nodes on the Genesis Tree can be allocated to affect what items will be crafted. New nodes are unlocked by using rune gifts. 6 new ring base types that can be exclusively crafted from the Genesis Tree. 4 new amulet base types that can be exclusively crafted from the Genesis Tree. So, new rings, belts, amulets. A set of caster and minion mods that can be crafted onto rings and belts using the Genesis Tree. Catalysts can no longer drop from monsters. These are now solely obtained from the Genesis Tree. Really? Wait, so that means we have to... So catalysts are probably going to be in the currency tree. Added a new set of 12 catalysts that can add new quality modifiers to jewels. Oh my god, jewel power spike. Killing monsters in a breach now drops high of blood and womb gifts and breachstone splinters. Breach is crazy. Like you could. It's the only source of catalysts. You're only going to be able to get it from the currency womb gifts, because the womb gifts are specific, aren't they? You got to do breach basically if you want any. Like a lot of stuff. Oh man. Oh man. Mustard. Breachstone splinters turn into a special wound gift when fully stacked. This can be turned in at the Genesis Tree to create a breach stone. New breach domains now spawn on the Atlas. Using a breach stone will reveal the maps inside the domain, allowing you to enter them. Maps inside the breach domain contain new encounters, breach hives, sky hives, and sky fortresses. Breach hives have a series of walls that can be burned by walking through them. Each wall destroyed will increase the number of monsters in the encounter, which can be started in the center. Sky hives are a new area in which the resource have constructed fortresses that you will need to assail. Sky hives containing a challenging multi-wave encounter in which you need to defend Aelith while she closes the domain. Fortresses are a new area that contain a new pair of bosses, Tull and Ash. Oh, defeating Tull and Ash will give you a key to access the existing Breach Pinnacle boss. Okay. Ritual. New storyline. Aofi? Oifi? If a lady lingers as a restless spirit, bound to the wildwood and searching for the one who might answer her call. Killing misses came to... Yeah, okay, so new Care Tarth. To the west of your starting location in the Atlas, these maps contain ritual encounters. Completing these maps gives you points for the Ritual Atlas tree. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're definitely going to be doing Ritual. Ritual Atlas passive tree has been completely revamped with many new nodes and no change. Everything completed ritual encounter. Locus will point to the way to the next altar. All items in the Engage ritual rewards screen are now either uniques or omens. Any tribute not spent on rewards can now be sacrificed to get an audience with the king. Killing the king in the mist now drops a new key. Head of the king, which can be used in Kertath to begin the Rite of the Nameless. Rite of the Nameless is a new Atlas mechanic in which you choose a series of 5 maps to complete a single continuous ritual. The monsters from each ritual, including that boss, will reappear in each map and the sequence, making them for a very challenging encounter. Unique bosses from each map will only appear in the final ritual of each map. While choosing maps for the Rite of the Nameless, each map after the first will contain extra modifiers which affect the difficulty and rewards the rituals during the rite. Each map in the Rite of the Nameless awards one element of the key used to access the ritual pinnacle boss. New boss, Queen in the Mist, available after allocating a specific node on the Atlas tree. This boss can drop 3 new corrupted idols. Idols, okay. Okay. I don't even remember what idols are. Idol. Oh, these things. Okay. Wraithborn rituals are now prevented from ever showing deferred items. To ensure items are not lost if returning to this area on a higher level character. Okay. That's probably good. There's probably somebody who had a headhunter in Endgame Ritual and then was like, oh, I never did my King of the Mists Faithful Spirit plus 30 and went back and then they did that and then they're like, where's my headhunter gone? Fate of the Vaal moved to core. Fate of the Vaal has been added to the core game. The first encounter a series of 6 ancient beacons in Act 3. Energize them to obtain energized crystals and open portal to the Vaal ruins. You encounter a second set of 6 ancient beacons in the interludes. There is now an Atlas passive tree for the Fate of the Vaal League mechanic. A Zeus temple can now be found on the Atlas to the northeast of your starting location in the city of Liraval. Maps inside the city of Liraval always have energized crystals and grant points for the Fate of the Vaal Atlas passive tree. There's also a new do you still have to do so? Oh, I don't know how many you're going to have to do, but it's going to be a lot, isn't it? There are also new temple precursor tablets that will guarantee Vaal beacons in your map if you want to focus on this league. Okay, that's better. And still, it is no longer possible to prevent a room from being deleted from the temple. Rooms that must be deleted but have other connections will be turned into simple path rooms. This presents the snake strategy. The number of rooms in the temple when first starting has increased to allow getting to Atziri more quickly. Okay, so you can actually, like, try to get to Atziri very fast now. Rooms which can now be upgraded to tier 4 after unlocking this ability in the Temple Atlas tree. This allows more specialization into particular room types and encourages more interesting temple layouts. So like build tall instead of build long. Reward rooms granted from the console after defeating the architect have been significantly improved. More varieties to unlock in addition to upgrading the rewards of all the existing ones. Okay, that's good. Restricted rooms in Atziri's temple that are accessible will always destabilize upon exiting the temple. Atziri's temple medallions now have their drop rate scaled with the number of paths in the temple, in addition to other rooms, previously only other rooms. Medallions now have the drop rate scaled with the number of paths in the temple in addition to... Oh, because you're turning things into a path as well, I guess. I understand. Room-based medallions can no longer be used inside of an active temple. Ah. Room-based medallions now display upgrade information when hovered. Medallions now output descriptive error messages when they cannot be placed. The default maximum number of energized crystals you can store has been increased to 60, and the maximum number of medallions has been increased to 6. Medallions that increase the number of stored energized crystal medallions are no longer necessary. Okay, cool. The monster level of the temple now factors in the level of the areas where the crystals used to open it were obtained. Okay, so if you get all your crystals in Act 1, then you're getting it's going to be an Ag 1 temple rather than whatever your character level is. That's reasonable. The Corruption Chamber temple bonuses have been updated to add monster modifiers chance instead of additional monster modifiers. Portals created in the Temple of Atziri now create a corresponding portal in the parent Val ruins for ease of access. Portals created in the Temple of Atziri now create a corresponding portal in the parent Val ruins. Okay. Val beacons now show a grayed out icon on the minimap when completed. Okay. There are now 4 types of infusers. Existing Val infusers are now Val armors infusers, which can be applied to armor. Val blacksmith infusers can be applied to martial weapons, while Val arcanist infusers can be applied to wands, staves, and scepters. Okay. While catalyzing infusers can be applied to jewelry. All infusers can only use items at or above 20% quality. Is there anything for scepters here? Probably not. Fitted Vault currency items now have a maximum stack size of 5,000 when stored in the wildcard slots in the currency stash tab. That makes sense. Some of the possible outcomes for applying a Vaal to Vaal cultivation orbs to unique items has been updated. Atziri's rules unique staff can now roll 10 to 20% increased life cost efficiency. Atziri's Splendor can roll plus 6 to 100 maximum energy shield. Previously, oh okay. Covenant unique body armor can now roll 10 to 20. Hate Forge unique ghost can now roll increased rage if you use a skill requires raven passer. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Wrathplith has been nerfed. Yeah. Shackles of the Wretched can only roll elemental ailments other than freeze you inflict at reflected to you, instead now being able to roll increased damage per curse on you. The Vertex can no longer roll +2 to +4 level of all skill gems, instead now being able to roll +3 to 5 to level of all curse skill gems. Oh. Brother, that's that's do I have any vertexes? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Let's see. Fail the law. Maybe I do actually. Maybe I do. Well, now that the patch notes are out, do I suddenly have like a bunch of currency in my vendor? Because people are buying up all the things that the patch notes have destroyed. No? Okay. Let's see. Oh no, I do have a lot of vendors though. I just got a bunch of stellar amulets. Negative rarity test, headhunter chancing, unsorted waystones. Omens and Abyss. Oh, yeah, Omen of Corruption I don't think rolls anymore, does it? 431 exalts now. Can you just get them from Ange? Let's say I want divines. They're 15 divines each. Wow. Wow. Fast and Catalyst Runes and Augments second build. Secret second build. No, okay, nothing there. Old build. Oh, was this my Minions Guild build? Huh, interesting. Do I have any chance orbs in here? Oh, I do. What's the vertex? It's the. I mean, let's do some headhunter chancing. We got a wastegate. Okay, that's that done. Oh, there's another one in here. Oh no, wait, no, it's magic. Mask of the Stitched Demon, is that good? One divine, maybe? I got maps with 4 things. Expert, digital watch, money. Got a mirror, got a lock. How much is a lock these days? 778, yeah. Playstones, base maps, gems, omens, and abyss. Oh! Yeah. So this is... Oh, I've just got a bunch of headhunters in here and stuff. So does this... Do I have to, like, then actually, like, identify this?
A relic from long ago.
These are... 12 divines. Oh, but with a 30% increased crit hit chance is 40. Okay. And just a ton of headhunters. These are 50 days or something. Having all the infusers. Man, I saved a lot of stuff, didn't I? But then these ones, like, you gotta cup them now, I guess, right? I'll worry about that later. Can no longer proceed to fight the level of all curse gems. Yep. Abyss. There are now large abyss cracks on the Atlas. Completing Atlas abysses will close them and always give you an abyssal depths with a boss fight. Okay, the Abyss Atlas tree has been revamped with many new nodes and changes to existing nodes. Kulak's invitation now always allocated to the map owner. Abyss omens no longer drop in areas below level 65. Modifiers to the number of chests found now apply to chests found in Abyss. These also apply to the chance to find an abyssal depth. So the chance to find an abyssal depth does not decrease with more chests in the area. Adjusted the damage of the meteoric demise abyss monster modifier. Down, I hope. Adjusted it down. Lithomantic runes from the Lithomantic runes abyss modifier now active for after a longer delay. Okay, that's good, yeah. That was really annoying. So it's no longer dropping areas below level 65. Okay. Expedition will be temporarily disabled on standard leagues due to the integration with the Runes of Alda. This will be reintegrated into standard after the Runes of Alda is over. Yo, what, they just terminated Expedition in standard? The Recombinator has been disabled. What? The Omen of Recombination has been removed. Existing Omens of Recombination will be deleted upon logging in. Huh? Wow, that's what? Okay, I don't really understand that, but with the introduction of the new endgame storyline, the Atlas has been reset. Your existing tablets and waystones will continue to work so you can continue your progress as normal, but in order to gain points for the Atlas tree, you will need to do the Origins of Divinity storyline. Added support for searching to the endgame Atlas map. Nice! I guess it depends how deep the support is. If it supports like regex and that kind of stuff, it probably does support regex. You can now zoom out slightly further on the Atlas screen. There are now 2 versions of each pinnacle boss, the quest version and the infinite farm version. Such as primary, secondary, and tertiary calamity fragments can no longer be obtained. Okay. Tablets of the same type may now be used together to increase the amount of the League content that is spawned. Tablets of the same type may now be used together. The specifics of this are different for each content type. In some cases, adding multiple tablets will increase the size of a single encounter, while in other cases it will increase the number of encounters spawned. So things like Breach and Abyss, you're going to get more breaches, more abysses. And for Expedition, you're going to get less. It's just going to be a bigger encounter or something. Each empty tablet slot now contributes to the amount of random non-tablet spawned League content in the area. This means that if all tablet slots are full, you will only see the League content from the tablets you're using. The intent of this change is to make sure that you do not need to complete the Atlas trees for Leagues you do not intend to run. Okay, yeah. But then an Expedition, no. A Ritual tablet's still going to be super rare. Because then you don't want to, like, you don't want to run them. You don't want to run 3 at once. Waystones must now be identified in order to activate them in the map device. We can now use Orbs of Chance on tablets. Okay. I guess, yeah, you can upgrade to Unique, I suppose. That's, yeah. Some items and content now require you to specialize in them through Atlas passive skills. Some items and content now require to specialize them. Exceptional items, fracturing orbs, basic and overseer precursor tablets. Interesting. Some items and content now require you to specialize in them. So you might not get fracturing orbs until you get those passives. Huh. Tablets can no longer be used on maps that cannot have extra content, such as unique maps. League-specific tablets no longer drop from non-map areas. League-specific tablets no longer drop from non-map areas such as Simulacrum, Abyssal Depths, or Twisted. Okay, so maybe if you're in Simulacrum, you were getting a Delhi tablet. Lowered the base chances for essences, Asmiri spirits, shrines, strong boxes, summoning circles, and rogue exiles appearing in maps, somewhat due to the much larger increase now available on the Atlas tree. Somewhat. So part of it was a nerf, but also because of the Atlas passive tree. Atlas passes that reference maps with powerful map bosses now work with Overseer precursor tablets and other sources of powerful map bosses. Adjusted the values of general precursor tablet modifiers to be similar to the same type of bonuses granted by Waystone modifiers. Also reduced the roll variance of these modifiers. Okay, so there's a title roll. Following modifiers can no longer roll on Waystones: Barons, Beasley, Bramble, Doriani's, Innovating, Faradon's, Hallowed, of Nemesis, Perennials, Rusted, and Sacrificial. Okay. Whether a map modifier is a suffix or prefix has been adjusted so that generally prefixes are modifiers that affect a monster output towards the player, and suffixes are modifiers that affect the player or monster defenses. This is interesting. What is this? Other endgame changes. The following suffix modifiers are now prefixes: of destruction, of fleeting, of impact, of penetration, of puncturing, of shattering, of splitting. Okay, so for this we need to go to PoE 2db.tw. Modify, what is it, Waystones? Modifiers. Waystone mods, here we go. So what was this? Following suffix modifiers are now prefixes: of destruction. Oh, it doesn't say what they are. Items. Waystones. Where's the... of destruction. I mean, I could probably just look for one of these, right? Unsorted wastelands. Are these all abyss? Or do I have like regular wastelands somewhere? Oh no, these are tablet modified. These are, I'm looking at wastelands, items, tablet. No? Yeah, can we look at like, what is it, precursor tablet? Yeah, this one? Okay. Challenger. Oh, so what was this? This was a suffix? The following suffix modifiers are now prefixes of destruction. Of context, of undertaking, of summoning, of the exile, of spirits, of essence, Aquarian, devoted, of nemesis, of the cartographer. Wait, of the nemesis? Is that nemesis? Is that... Fleeting of impact of penetration and puncturing of shattering. No prefixes. Buffering, enduring, enfeebling, eroding. Okay, as any of these challenges, collectors, breeding, teeming, brimming, bountiful, elevated, treasurers, crystallized, osmories. Were these things that were on different the buffering or enduring? These are the same. Dogma of devotion, of the appeal. I don't see any, these are all... Oh wait, of the Faradon. Oh, of the Foundling. So let's see, is any of these, can we like figure any of these out? Beastly. Bramble. Doriani's. Oh, these are on Waystones. Adjust the value of general precursor tablet modifiers to be similar to the same type of bonuses granted by Waystone modifiers. Okay, so these are Waystones, and alright, I'm actually cooked. These are not Waystones. These are... So where the heck is my Waystones at? Where is it? Here we go. Alright, so in here... Oh my god, we got a trillion of these, haven't we? Okay. Okay, so have we got any? Yeah, I've got some regular augments. Okay, so what are we looking for? So Baron's Beastly, Bramble, Doriani's Innovating, Faradon's Hallowed of Nemesis, of Destruction, of Fleeting, of Impact, of Penetration, of Fleeting. Okay, so Fleeting increase attacking cast and movement speed. So is this one that doesn't roll? No. So the following suffix modifiers are now prefixes. So Fleeting was increased attack cast and movement speed. And that's because prefixes and modifiers that affect a monster output towards the player. Okay, so yeah. So increased attack and cast speed for monsters. And suffixes and modifiers that affect the player or monster defenses. Okay. Okay, so suffixes. So we want to find out what prefixes are now suffixes. So buffering, enduring, enfeebling, and eroding. Buffering, enduring. Here we go. So, oh, monsters are armored. Okay. Player or monster defenses. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these other ones. So prefixes are now suffixes. Buffering, enduring, enfeebling, eroding, invasive, flaming, hex-warded, shocking, sleet, and slowing. Shocking is shocked ground. Eroding, curse with Ellie weak. Sleet, patch of chill ground. Okay, so I understand. Don't think we need these anymore. Okay. The overpowering Waystone modifier no longer causes monsters to have increased freeze buildup, shock chance, or inflict increased flammability magnitude. It now causes monsters to have increased elemental ailment application. Okay. Waystone modifier bonuses have been updated. They now provide more monster effectiveness, pack size, item rarity, monster rarity, or Waystone drop chance, depending on the modifier. These modifiers are multiplicative with other sources, such as those found on the Atlas passive tree. So our Waystones are going to be big multipliers for our Atlas passive tree. Good to know. Modifiers pack size now also provide a chance for an additional rare monster to appear in rare monster packs. That's really strong. That's really. I'm loving that. Monster rarity is a new stat available that affects the chances of magic on rare monsters and the chance for additional modifiers on rare monsters. Okay, map modifiers that include sources of increased number of rare monsters or increased number of magic monsters have been updated to only display the number of the header of the map and not also be displayed amongst the explicit modifiers. This is not a functional change. Okay. Halve the bonus to quantity of item dropped and experience gain provided by increased monster effectiveness, such as from a zero step. Halved. Halved. Wow. Functionality of the Omen of Chaotic Rarity, Omen of Chaotic Quantity, and Omen of Chaotic Monsters have been inverted. What? Instead of guaranteeing the new modifiers are of their type, they instead prevent the modifiers from being of their type. Right? Okay. Added the new omen of chaotic effectiveness. While this is active in your range, your next chaos will replace all modifiers on a waystone with modifiers that do not grant monster effectiveness. I already want that. Up to 3 of the above omens may be used simultaneously. Halve the damage as extra buffs granted for the following shrines: Freezing Shrine, Gloom Shrine, Meteoric Shrine, and Tempest Shrine. What? Okay. Completion of fixed locations on the Atlas is now shared with party members. Nice. With the addition of more varied content on the Atlas map, the size of content indicators has increased 50%. Waystones have received new 2D art. Okay. Campaign replayability. To improve how long it takes for experienced players to replay through the game each new league, we've added elements to include multiple campaign areas that tell you where to go if you know what to look for. You can see some examples in this video. Some areas throughout the game that have been shortened. Removed the second Dreadnought area. The Act 2 boss is now in the Dreadnought. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. In area order in Act 3 has been somewhat rearranged in order to make progression smoother. I think that's what I figured out in a previous video. Waterway levels have been turned into pressure pads that you simply need to walk over, and the final part of the level has water pre-drained. This is huge. Oh, this is huge. Monster density in the second half of the campaign has been reduced, especially in the interludes, to allow getting through the areas more quickly. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's good as well. Especially in the interludes. Okay, let's player changes. Bleed damage on players is no longer increased while a player is moving. This change does not affect bleeds players apply to monsters. How bad must it have been for them to change that? Yo. Wow. Your maximum runic ward is now added to your starting honor when beginning a trial of the Sekimers. Oh yeah, how does that interact? Wait, so... Does that mean like a buff to Sekimers farming? Because you just get a ton of runic ward as well? As like a billion ES? The defenses keyword is no longer in use. Existing uses of the word defenses now explicitly refer to armor, evasion, and energy shield to make it more clear that these modifiers do not apply to runic ward, resistances, block, or other forms of protection defenses. This is purely a description change. Ugh. I mean, I don't like that. Only a single leech instance per resource, life mana, and energy shield can apply at a time. When multiple leech instances are active, only the one with the highest recovery rate will recover you until it expires, after which the next highest recovery rate instance will apply. Okay. There's now a limit on the maximum amount of damage a hit can be considered to deal for leech. Hits that deal less than 40,000 total damage are unaffected, but if a hit would deal more than 40,000 total damage, it is treated as dealing only 40,000 damage for the purposes of leech calculation. The values of each damage type in the hit are scaled down evenly to reach this limit. This means that extremely high damage hits stop improving leech past a certain point, but increasing your leech percentage will always increase the amount of the resource you are gaining. The formula for chance to... Okay. So leech is... It's not dead, but it is sleeping. That's pretty bad. The new chance to deflect is 150 multiplied by 1 minus A divided by A plus 0.12 times D, where A is an attacker accuracy rating and D is defender deflection rating. This makes for a linear path that gets rewarded at higher investments. Okay. Let me just visualize the graph. Yeah, it's better. It's much better. Leech is much better now. So parry shield, block, and resonating shield no longer delay heavy stun build-up from decaying longer than expected. Oh, okay. Whatever. Leeches, yeah. Okay. Melee attacks can now only apply slash damage once per damaging area. Oh, splash damage. I thought it read slash damage. Splash damage once per damaging area. Some attacks create multiple damaging areas. For example, Whirling Salt creates multiple damaging areas around you as you move. Oh. When minions are removed due to resources changing, such as weapon swapping, younger, newer minions are now prioritized for removal over older minions to avoid wasting minion cooldown abilities unnecessarily. Okay. Minions affected by Last Gasp support or Tech Rod's Revenge lineage support and totems affected by the unnamed Hardwood Oracle notable passive skill can no longer die during the effect from taking further damage exceeding their maximum life. Was that a thing? Stats worded as, when you collect a remnant, no longer give you the benefits of these stats when an ally shares the effects of a remnant with you. But I'm collecting it for my ally. Updated the name of the buff that Trinity grants to Affinity, as Resonance is the name of a keystone passive skill. This is purely a description update. Archon buffs are no longer inherently lost when you attack. This is now a property of Elemental Archon specifically. Okay. I'm not really sure about that. Okay. New content and features. Introduce a new martial artist ascendancy class with a monk. After decades of training, the martial artist has become a master of illusions. Empowered by the runes socketed into his body, this class creates powerful illusions, summons illusory bells to aid him, and excels at using his hands as weapons. Yeah, I want to fucking Facebreaker. Facebreaker martial artist, that's what I'm going for. Second character. Introduce a new Spirit Walker ascendancy class for the Huntress. Bound to the wilds, this class calls upon spirits to answer to her will, granting different abilities aligning with the stag, owl, or bear. Through their guidance, the Spirit Walker may subdue even the most formidable of these, binding them in spirit, or call forth a spectral companion to fight beside her. New lineage support: Arbiter's Reach, Preach Lord Amalgam, Cather's Brilliance, Yonder's Thunder, Escher's Prowess. There's a lot here, isn't there? Medved's Felling. Prototype 17! Well, I want to know what that is. And runes, 2 things. Okay. Beric's Grip. Beric's Pass and Beric's Respite. Yo, could we make Taming? Duality, even type petals. Eyes of the Ring, Fire, Face Breaker, Pharaoh's Gift, Meg, Bloob, Master Domain, Nightbird, Opportunity, Redemption, Periphery, Sage's Mercy, Soul's Grit, Spiteful Florets, Split Personality, Surge of the Tide. There's no taming here. Twisted Empyrean, Vestige of Darkness, Veil Piercer, and Voices. Was it? I think I saw Voices. Wasn't it like insane? Wasn't it really good? Voices. 8 new idols that come exclusively from monsters possessed by Asmirian spirits. Have you improved Asmirian spirits though? They go so slow. It's like a. It's like the worst quest in video games, isn't it? Whenever you have to just like babysit someone. Added the new Minion Splash and Minion Splash 2 strength support gems. These support skills create minions which strike, causing those minion strike to have melee splash. Okay. Fragment Stash tab is now available for use in Path of Exile 2. You can hold your fragments, including breach splinters, singing items, audience with the king, and squad automatons and bars, as well as tablets. Previously purchased one in Path of Exile, it will automatically be made available once 0.5 is deployed. For those without a Fragment Stash tab, you'll be able to find this in the Stash tab section of the microtransaction store after 0.5 goes live. Added support for build guides. Yeah, community creators who write build guides can now create .build files for players to... Which section is this? New content and features. In party play, you can now quickly revive any fallen party member after defeating the boss. With an item that you have, Shift-Alt clicking on item will populate the filters for searching the trade market so you can see the current price for rare items. You can enable and disable each modifier. That's nice. Continue to incrementally improve the sound, art, effects, and environments. Nice. Added a reforging bench to the entrance of the Trial of the Oh, because you probably wanted to reforge all your... What is it, the little... the relics. Okay. Acolyte of Chabubli. The Into the Breach skill granted by the Walking Dream notable passive skill now grant leech 20% of your maximum life to you when collecting a red flame of Chayula, previously 15%, and leech 20% of your maximum mana to you when collecting a blue flame of Chayula, previously 15%. Okay, so a 5%, or I guess 33% buff. To the leech of, yeah, but you have to go and collect stuff. Ugh. The wording of Into the Breach skills have been updated to clarify behavior ranges related to Flames of Chayula. Into the Breach now applies modifiers to Remnant pickup range to the range at which Flames of Chabubli can be seen. This is purely a visual change. It's a bit despair. That's it for Acolyte of Chayula. I don't think it's going to be pretty good. Okay, Blood Mage. The Vitality Cipher notable passive skill now grants 20% of spell damage, leeches life. Okay. The Rapid River notable passive skill has been removed. Its position has been taken by Now and Again. Now and Again notable passive skill has been revoked. Now grants Cascade skills have a 20% chance to echo. Removal skills have a 20% chance to repeat. Unbound Encore notable passive skill has taken the previous position of Now and Again. Honestly, I'm not that interested in the Chronomancer. The Sands of Time buff granted by the Quicksand Hourglass notable passive skill now grants 1 to 60% increased skill speed. Previously cast speed. Oh. Okay, Crystalline Potential notable passive skill has been removed. What's that? Plus 10 quality skills. Oh. Add new notable passive skill, Essence of Virtue. This grants the Virtuous Barrier skill, while active, conjures a glittering barrier that accumulates protective gemstone motes of each attribute type over time, but loses a random mote when you are hit. The Advanced Thaumaturgy notable passive skill no longer grants the Thaumaturgical Dynamism skill, it now grants gem quality, grants socketed skills an additional effect. All gems in the game now have an additional quality stat that can be seen while holding Alt. So, is this one? Implanted gems? No, is it? Advanced Thaumaturgy. What's Thaumaturgical Dynamism? It doesn't say what Thaumaturgical Dynamism is. What is that? Okay. I mean, this is probably a nerf to. There's a lot of. I think there's a lot of quality nerfs here. I think Pathfinder, overwhelming toxicity, notable passive skill, 50% less poison duration, previously 35%. Is that a nerf? Pathfinder. Double the number of poisons that targets can be affected by at the same time. 35% of poison. Oh. Oh yeah, no, this was actually like, say your poison did 100 damage. Double the number of your poisons that targets can be affected by at the same time. And you went from 1 to 2 poisons, then you get 200%, or you do 200 damage. But 35% less poison duration, right? So then it's 65 times 2 instead of 100 times 2. But now it's 50 times 2. So it's that. Wait, so then why would you take it now? I guess you have to have more than one. You have to have like 2 or 4 poisons or something. Let's see. Additional poison. Are there any like ways to get additional poisons? Pathfinder or? I don't think there is there? How many like let's search for poison. Poison. Poison deals 40% of the hits combined physical and chaos damage dealt before mitigation and damage taken modifiers. As chaos damage time over 2 seconds, this percentage is effectively multiplied by element effect of magnitude. Poison can stack and has a default stack limit of 1. This can be increased through various stats or modifiers. Each instance of poison has an independent duration, and only the highest damage instance of your poisons up to your stack limit will deal damage. Well, okay, so what then? What can you... Is there like a unique? Any number of poisons from this weapon can affect the target at the same time. Critical hits. Is there you can do an additional poison? Ah, snake bite. Yeah. Comes poison hit, life regen per second, chaos threat. Targets can be affected by +1 of your poisons at the same time. So that's 1 from snake bite. Where, like, how do you get 5? I don't understand. Targets affected by +1 of your poison. Oh, building toxins. Targets can be affected by 1 extra poison at the same time. Okay. Increase poison duration for each poison you have inflicted recently up to maximum 100. So stacking toxins and building toxins. So you can get 2 from that, 1 base, and then snake bite is 4, and then that means you get to 8. Can you get to 8? Let's go to Pewee Ninja. Pewee 2 builds Fate of the Val, like week 1, day 4. Was it stacking toxins? 0%, really? No way. Wasn't everybody playing Poison Pathfinder or something? Poison Burst Arrow? What's Poison Burst Arrow do? However, arrow causes a burst of poison on head, affecting all enemies in an area. How was there nobody using stacking toxins? Day 2. I don't, what? Hour 8. No? Am I good? Why is this, Is it because of the reduced magnitude? No building toxins? Like day 2. Building toxins. 0%. Oh, anointed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Then, yeah. It's, Fub gun poison. Was he number 2? Wow. Okay. I'm 48. So they're taking stacking toxins and building toxins. Yeah. Okay. It's anointed. That's why. Yeah, Fob Guns will go fucking Headhunter day 2, of course. Where do you go here? But Big Fizz, Lightning, crit hit, 5 life per enemy hit. That's very nice. He's got a Heart of the Well already. Okay. Well. Okay, so that explains. So everybody's taking stacking poisons and building toxins, yeah. Yep. Okay. So this is a big nerf. To Pathfinder Poison. The Running Assault notable passive skill now grants 30% less movement speed penalty from using skills while moving. Okay, that's nice. Oh no, it's less penalty. Oh, so it's a nerf. Okay. Running Assault as a... 30% less movement speed penalty. Yeah. Okay, so Pathfinder got nerfed. Poison Pathfinder got nerfed. Witch Hunter Obsessive Rituals now grants 50% less armor and evasion rating, previously 35% less. Passive tree changes. 19 new companion themed passive skills to the Atlas, to the passive tree. Oh, yeah, we were thinking about going... what is it? Huntress? Huntress has got... a Ritualist, got Amazon. But then, yeah, it's a Spirit Walker, isn't it? So, let's see. I mean, yeah, companion stuff is over here, right? So let's see, what do we got? Companions still increase damage. Companions gain your strength, plus 15 to strength. %20 increased defenses while your companion is in your presence. Okay, yeah. Leeching life from your hits causes your companions to also leech the same amount of life. Okay. So that's very much like you do damage so that the companions can as well. What do we got here? Increased damage. Increased damage. Increased life. 10% increase while your companions in your presence. So you could really like pump up your ES with this, I guess. 6% increased damage against immobilized enemies. Okay, yeah, that's pretty decent. Increased damage, increased life. 20% increased max life. 20% increased life regen rate while your companions in your presence. Oh no, that's for you. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Companions have Chaos Res, Ellie Res. Post-hold all res. Ailment threshold. 12% increased damage. 10% increased damage for your companions in your presence. Revive fast if your minions are companions. If all your minions are companions. Okay. 35% faster for your minions are companions. Okay. What are the differences between a minion and a companion? Increased presence area of effect. Companions have 10% increased area of effect. Yeah. Damage. But that's like damage for you, right? 20% increased culling strike threshold. Culling strike against beasts while your companion is in your presence. Okay. And then the doggo node. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Yeah. My little doggo's down here. He's having a little nap. He's a tired boy. I've been walking him a lot. Companions will increase damage. Increased life. Increased defense whilst companions in your presence. So you get like a lot of increased defense while your companions in your presence. Life recovery from your flask also applies to your companions. Okay. Increased reservation efficiency of companion skills. That's a big note, isn't it? Reservation efficiency of companion skills. 8%? Easy going. 8%. And then increases and reductions to companion damage also apply to you. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Companions deal 12% increased damage. Increased damage, increased damage, increased damage. So that's... If you're going to go companion, let's just say you get all the companion nodes for whatever reason. Let's say you wanted to make a companion build. So, oh, what's this? You can have 2 companions of different types. You have 30% or less defenses. Companions have +1 to each defense for every 2 of that defense you have. So you could have like 50... You could have 200 energy shield and then they get 100. Okay. So I want to find out what the definition of a companion is. Companion. Certain minion skills. Players can only have a limited number of companions summoned at a time. Right. Only one companion minion can be summoned at a time by default. Certain companion skills will summon multiple minions that collectively count as one companion. Okay. So what have we got? Cackling companions. Actually, summon a cackle of hyena companions. The cackle is treated as a single companion for effects that count or limit companions, regardless of the number of hyenas in the cackle. Hyenas whoop when they first appear, hindering nearby enemies. Have a chance to maim enemies they hit. Okay, so yeah, I understand. 6 to 9 hyenas. Manifest weapon. Infernal Hound. Oh, this is from the... Is this from Blood Witch or something? Wolf Pack, I've been using that. 3 to 6 walls. Conjure abyssal spirits to hinder a rare undead for a duration. If you defeat the undead while it is hindered, it will be captured and stored into a soul crystal skill gem. The soul crystal will allow the wielder of a great abyssal power to summon the bound undead as a reviving companion. Okay. Yeah, and then Tame Beast. Conjure Asmary Wisps to engulf a rare beast for a duration, hindering them. If you defeat the beast while it is engulfed in wisps, it will be captured by this gem, transforming the gem to instead allow you to summon the beast as a reviving companion. Right. Okay, so... Companions is... How many points is this? There's all 58 to go the... Okay, so that's all the companion stuff, then. Isn't it cheaper to go this way? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And then take this off. 57 is 1 point cheaper. So then... Oh, there's... Oh no, I clicked show node power. Ugh. There's nothing on the other... Man, how do you get to the minion nodes? 23 points to get from here to like the other decent minion nodes, or 18 points to get over. Oh, that's so many travel points. Oh, and what they said, they put in 19 companion theme passive skills to the passive tree. Like, they've got to be here if it's going to make anything Can I do pipe in this? Oh, you can. Yeah, that's interesting. That's painful. That's pretty painful. I mean, you're looking at that. Yeah. Oh man, they got to be really amazing companion theme passive skills. 9 new life recoup speed passive skills to the passive tree. Okay, this is kind of leech adjacent, I suppose. Add a new Archon of Undeath cluster to the Witch Sorceress area of the passive tree. Okay. Ancestral Bond Keystone passive skill now causes placing terms to have no cost and not require consuming charges to place. What? That's good. That's a totem buff. It used to be unlimited numbers of totems reserved 75 spirit each. Unlimited number of summon totems on reserve. But yeah. No cost and not require consuming charges to place. That and now doubles totem limit instead of removing it completely. Okay. Trusted kinship. That's good. Totem. As passive tree changes. Companions. Plus 19. Added 9 new life, adding the Archon of that, Ancestral Bond Keystone. What's a kinship has 30% more reservation efficiency of companion skills, 20% less reservation efficiency of non-companion skills. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the one at the end. We were just looking at that. That was the one over here, right? Is it this one? Trusted companion. Where? No, where is it? Oh, it's this one here, right? Trusted kinship. Now, it's 30% more reservation efficiency of companion skills. %, less reservation efficiency of non-companion skills. Okay. It no longer provides you have 30% less defenses or companions have +1 defense to each defense you have. Okay. But then we can still only have one companion. Oh, it just... Okay, the reservation efficiency is better. Okay. The kinship. Wildpack Keystone passive skill now 50% more amount of life leech, 67% less life leech speed, cannot recover life other than from leech, and life leech effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled. It no longer provides life leech instant or cannot use life flasks. Oh, okay. Reformed barrier cluster has been removed. What's that? Energy shield recharge starts when your minions are reformed. Oh. There's a little bit of energy shield recharge rate and minions revive faster. And oh, okay, why? Warding fetish cluster has moved locations and no longer connects to a dual socket. Storm warding fetish, which one's that? Oh, so this has just been moved somewhere else. What has it got here? Energy shield from quick focus. Reduce effect of curses. Okay, so it just moved. It's not changed much. Cool. What's this up here? Oh, is this path not taken stuff? Okay. Storm charged and breaking point cluster no longer connects with dual socket. Adamant recovery notable passive skill has been replaced by fortified Aegis, which grants 100% increased armor, evasion, and energy shield from equipped shield. Adamant recovery. Is that the one? Yeah, it's inside the shield looking thing. Increased reduction to armor also applies to energy shield recharge rate at 40% of the value. Oh. Oh, okay, hold on a sec. There's somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Somebody's basketball just came into the back garden, and I'm like, oh my god, please, mister, we need our basketball back. Okay. I dunked on those kids. The storm charge breaking point cost another recovery, 100% increased armor, evasion energy shield from equipped shield. Okay. So energy shield recharge rate. Okay, so that's the second energy shield recharge rate nerf. sucks. Hopefully there's not going to be any more. Arcane Mixture's notable passive skill now grants 10% increased cast speed if you have used a mana flask recently. Instead of 25% increased energy shield recharge rate. Wait, what? Is it all energy shield recharge rate? I don't want to control F for this. I feel afraid. Bastion of the Forest notable passive skill now 10% faster energy shield recharge rate, previously 15. What the heck is that? Where is that? Oh, is this only if you're like a witch or something? No, I don't know where it is. Okay. Casting Cascade notable passive skill now 6% increased cast speed for each different spell you cast in the last 8 seconds, previously 4. Okay, buff to cast speed by 2%. Chakra of Breathing notable passive skill now grants 20% faster start of energy shield recharge rate. Instead of 1% increased energy shield per 4 dexterity. Oh, because you could get 400 dexterity and turn it into 100% increased energy shield recharge rate. Well, 800 dexterity. You just get 20% now. Okay. So you'd have to get, what, 80 dex for that before. Oh, but I mean, if you're a monk, you definitely had that. Commanding Rage notable passive skill now grants 2% increased minion attack speed per 5 rage, previously 1% per rage. Okay. Commanding Rage. I don't see where this one is. Oh, it's here. Oh, it's all over here. Okay. Convalescence notable passive skill now grants 20% faster start of energy shield recharge rate, previously 40, and 10% reduced energy shield recharge rate, previously 15%. Faster side of ES recharge, 10%. So, wow. Wow. Okay, 20% faster reach. I mean, yeah, 40% was a bit much, but I think it could have gone to 30. Core of the Guardian notable passive skill now grants 30% increased block chance and 20% reduced maximum energy shield. 30% increased block chance and 20% reduced maximum ES. Previously 100% increased armor evasion energy shield. Oh, so that was yeah, okay. Where's Core of the Guardian? It's over here. Is it this one here? Core of the Guardian? Yeah. Okay, increase this one. Covering Ward notable passive skill 25%. 25 energy shield when you block, previously 20. That's a buff. And 12% increased block chance. It no longer grants 20% increased energy shield recharge rate. There's no energy shield recharge rate on that tree at all. The Craving Slaughter notable passive skill now provides plus 15 maximum rage if you've used a skill that requires glory in the past 20 seconds. Critical Overload notable passive skill now provides 15% increased critical spell damage bonus. Previously 50% increased spell damage if you dealt a critical hit recently. Okay. Cunning Fox notable passive skill has been replaced with the Quick Fox, which grants 20% increased deflection rating while moving. Okay. The Deadly Force notable passive skill now provides 15% increased critical hit chance and damage if you dealt a critical hit in the past 8 seconds. Previously, so just higher crit chance and lower crit damage. It seems like they're nerfing crit down a bit. The Dependable Ward notable passive skill now grants 8% to chaos resistance and 12% faster start of energy shield recharge. The Dependable Ward notable passive skill now grants 8% to chaos resistance and 12% faster start of energy recharge rate. Hold on a sec. I'll be right back. Echoing Pulse notable passive skill now grants Echo cells have 20% increased area effect and no longer grants final repeaters plus has 8% increased area, which did not function. Okay. Devoted Protector notable passive skill now grants 10% faster start of energy shield recharge, previously 15%. Effervescent notable passive skill, which now grants 4% increased cast speed for each different spell you've cast in the last 8 seconds. P4. Okay. The Energizing Archon notable 4% increased cast speed. I mean, 8 seconds. You're going to be casting like 5 spells, maybe. You get 20% cast speed. I mean, 5 spells. Ugh. Energizing Archon notable passive skill now grants 30% increased Archon duration instead of 40% increased energy shield recharge rate while affected by Archon buff. The Energizing Deflection notable passive skill now grants 12% faster side of energy shield recharge instead of 30% increased energy shield recharge rate. Oosh. The Essence Infusion notable passive skill now grants 12% faster side of energy shield recharge and plus 12 to intelligence. It no longer grants 40% increased energy shield recharge rate. Oh my god, they really nerfed the recharge rate, didn't they? Fast Metabolism notable passive skill now grants 40% increased damage while leeching life. Previously, life leech effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled. Fortifying Blood notable passive skill now grants 15% increased amount of life leeched. Fortifying Blood, 15% increased amount of life leeched, previously 20%. So they nerfed leech and then they said it's okay, you can get additional increased percent of life leeched. Then they nerfed that as well. The Goring notable passive skill no longer grants 40% increased fizz damage. It now grants 3% increased maximum life and 20% increased amount of life leeched. The Immortal Infamy notable passive skill now grants 6% increased life recovery rate instead of 10% increased energy shield recharge rate. The Lifelong Friend and Nurturing Guardian notable passive skills have swapped positions. Mystic Stance notable passive skill 12% faster start of energy shield recharge. Patient Barrier notable passive skill 50% increased maximum energy shield. Previously, oh man. Quick Response notable now grants 10% faster side of energy shield recharge. Previously 20. 20% faster side of energy shield recharge on non-local life. Previously 30. Ooh. The rapid recharge notable passive skill now grants 12% fast side of energy shield recharge and 12% ES recharge rate, both previously 25%. This is wild. Shatter Palm notable passive skill now provides 20% increased critical damage bonus, previously 10% chance to daze. Oh. 10% faster ES recharge rate, 20%, and 20% ES recharge rate if you haven't been hit recently. Storm Charge passive notable now provides damage penetrates 8% of elemental resistances and 5% increased attack and cast speed with elemental skills. It no longer provides 15% increased crit hit chance or 40% increased elemental damage if you critically hit recently. So it's just pen instead of crit chance and crit damage. Or ele damage. Yeah. Temper Mind notable passive skill now provides 15% increased effect of fully broken armor. Voracious notable passive skill now grants 20% of life leeches instant. It now grants 15% increased attack speed while leeching. Wide Barrier notable passive skill now grants 30% increased block chances and 20% reduced armor. Wyvern's Breath, like, huge ES3. Notable passive skill now grants 30% increased block chance and 20% reduced armor, previously 25% reduced defenses. Oh, Wide Barrier? Where's that? It's there. So you can get 30% increased block chance and reduced armor when maybe you didn't have any armor at all. Wyvern's Breath notable passive skill has been updated and now provides 40% increased elemental ailment application. If you have shapeshifted to an animal form recently, this now applies to freeze build-up, but it is otherwise identical. Wide Barrier is really good now. How far away from that is from minion stuff is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, and it's worth it. It's worth it, I think. I really think that's worth it. Yeah. And you could honestly go this way a little bit as well. Maybe. I think so. Mana regen. Minions. There's some minion stuff in here as well. %, early damage, extra chaos. Oh, these are minion nodes as well. Block chance. 20% increased damage. There's some pretty decent nodes around here. I'm just thinking if you want to come off this way into here, or if you want to just go around the top. Don't know. Anyway. Weapons breath has been updated for increased element application. If you have shaped this identical, the first two small spell damage passive skills at the starting area of the passive tree for the witch and sorceress now provide 10% increased spell damage, previously 8. Boom. 4% increased damage by level 3. %4 increased damage. These ones. Passive skills granting 10% increased amount of life leech now have values of 8%. Small passive skills that grant faster start of energy shield recharge rate now have values of 6. Previously 15. Small passives that granted energy shield recharge rate have been removed from the passive skill tree and replaced by faster side of energy shield recharge at a lower value. Small passive skills granting 10% increased amount of life leached now have values of 8%. Small banner area effect of passive skills now provide 12% increased banner effect. The unsavored feast timeless jewel notable no longer grants 20% instant leech if you have at least 200 tribute. It now grants 35% faster if you have at least 100 tribute. Previously 25%. Okay. That's... They really gutted energy shield recharge rate and energy shield recharge, didn't they? And leech. Both things would be keeping everybody alive. They really butchered defenses, didn't they? Anyway. Skills with a fixed number of projectiles, blah blah blah. Skills which have a 0 cost. Mahana now display this cost. This allows players to increase skills like default attacks which don't have a cost at all and are affected by any plus cost modifiers. And those which do have a base cost but with a 0 base value which are affected by all plus cost modifiers, either they add different resource costs like adding life cost to a skill with base mana cost 0. Okay. Crossbow ammunition skills now have a base cost of 0 rather than having their cost completely disabled, meaning that effects that add additional cost will now apply to them. Okay. Ignites inflicted on targets by oil ground that has been ignited can no longer compound. Oh, is that the oil grenade thing? And cannot be compounded with other ignites from the same skill use. All command skills now have 50% movement speed penalty during skill use. Previously 70%. Oh, that's a buff? Okay. That's great. Was this skill changes? Blind Fate has modified cooldown recovery, also applied to Visage appearance frequency. Ancestral Warrior Totem no longer has hidden 0.6 second delay between skill uses. Hidden. Instead, this delay is now 50% of the skill's attack time as described accordingly on the skill. Okay, so now they just showed it. Bone Storm no longer has a sustained tag. Okay, Bone Shatter quality now grants 20% increased attack speed, previously 0 to 30%. Aww. They nerfed Bone Shatter. Why did they nerf Bone Shatter? Okay. Comet now deals 212 to 318. Previously 223 to 335. It's not much, is it? It's like a 5% nerf. Not even like 3%? What's it? 335 minus 318. And then the 17 divided by 318 is yeah, it's a 5%. Okay, 5% nerf on Comet. 1243 from 1181. Okay, yeah. So not a huge amount, really, is it? Fire keys coming. Cold Week now has can't be evaded. Now deals a lot of attack damage at 10 levels 3 to 20. Receive attack speed at 75% base. Okay. Can't be evaded. That's pretty decent. Defies manager banner where it no longer have a movement speed penalty during use. Now have a banner or a base radius of 6 meters. Maybe it's actually worth banners now. Earthquake. Aftershock now deals a lot of damage at generals. Yeah, Earthquake buff. Eternal Rage can no longer be activated in specific weapon sets. Now required to be inactive both weapon sets and will fail to activate if it's not possible. Okay, I think there's some bug avoiding there. Feral Invocation no longer bypasses a cooldown of socketed skills. Flame Breath now has an energy gain penalty similar to Incinerate. Fortifying Cry now only consumes 1 stack when you detonate a shield wall to create a shockwave around each shield wall segment. Fortifying Cry shockwaves from a single shield wall cannot hit the same enemy multiple times. Shield wave now deals 5 to previously 6 to 8. Ah, okay. Fragmentation rounds. Plus 2 fragments per shot. Previously more fizz. Freezing Salvo. Oh, fair amount of nerf. Gathering Storm, Knuckles perfectly timed dash to explode any Tempest Bell on a hit. Creating a massive shockwave that deals a lot of attack damage at generals 13 to 20. Shocked ground is left in the wake of the Tempest shockwave, previously on perfect dash, with a radius of 3.2 meters, turning precise timing into a devastating area clearing combo. Perfect timing shockwaves, blah blah blah. Okay, Ghost Dance. Ghost Dance. The interval between gaining Ghost Shrouds is no longer a duration. Oh, because you could reduce duration. It now has modifiers to cooldown recovery rate, also applied to Ghost Shroud, game frequency. Okay, then, right. That would be the same then. It also now has, when hit, lose a Ghost Shroud. And regenerate energy shield equal to 2% of your evasion rating per second if you have lost a Ghost Shroud recently. Now gains a Ghost Shroud every 11.7 to 10.7 seconds. Previously 6. So it's a 40% nerf on the frequency of Ghost Shroud gain. Ugh. Ice Shards no longer have 25% more freeze buildup, another nerf. Ice Strike, quality now grants 0 to 20% increased attack speed. Previously 1 to 20 more. Oh. Lightning Arrow, multiple lightning beams are no longer able to chain onto the same target. Wow. That's a fair nerf, isn't it? I don't know how much, but that's probably a lot. Magma Barrier. Okay, Mirage Rush, remember Jedi can now be used for channel skills, including Snipe, Plasma Blast, and Detecting Arrow. Mirror Refraction, got to buy series. Yeah, Oil Barrage. Mana cost has been reduced by 18%. Empowered Oil Barrage now has a mana cost per second equivalent to the initial mana cost of Oil Barrage. Oil Barrage now deals 10% more damage at all levels, while Empowered Oil Barrage now deals 10% less damage at all levels. Empowered Oil Barrage now consumes a power charge every 1.5 seconds to continue channeling. They didn't like Oil Barrage, did they? Parry. Area of effects has been changed to more closely match its animation. No longer has bonus attack distance. Poison Burst Arrow. Poison duration is now 3 seconds at all gem levels. Previously 3 to 4.9. Okay. More magnitude of poison inflicted. Oh, no, Poison Burst Arrow. Nerf. Pounce now has a cooldown of 6 to 5 seconds at gem levels. And oh, okay, so they increased the cooldown of Pounce. Ravenous Swarm. Rend, fix a bug where lightning charged Rend was scaling up twice with levels. Resonating Shield now deals 5 to 7 added fizz per 15. Rolling Magma, change 3 times over 1. Rolling Slam. Shattering Spite. Shield Wall, 5 to 7 added fizz damage per 15 armor and shield. Shred, Snipe. Spell Totem can now be used while moving and has received an updated animation. Okay. Supercharged Slam. Okay, so it says fixed attack time that cannot be modified. Display the description change. Tame Beast. Summons Beast now deal 40% more damage at gem level 9. It's getting up to 84% at level 20. Now immediately summons new Tamed Beast if you have enough spirit. Okay, 80%, 84% more damage. Tempest Bell can now be ancestrally boosted as though it were a strike skill, and its maximum number of active bells has been increased, greatly improving its combo potential. Its Shockwave now deals a lot of attack damage. It can trigger once every 0.3 seconds instead of, so less triggers. Toxic Growth now fires more pustules with a limit of 5. Oh, previously 12. Quality now grants fires extra pustules and limit pustules. Thrashing Vines. I did clarify how frequently it spawns vines. This is not a functional change. Time of Need. Interval between blessings is no longer a duration. It now has modifiers to cooldown recovery rate. Also apply to blessing frequency, and the interval has been reduced 9.2 to 8.1 seconds. Volcano now has a base critical hit chance of 8%. Previously 5. Whirling Assault now grants increased attack speed instead of more attack speed. Oh my god, they got rid of all the more attack speeds, didn't they? Wing Blast. Shocks Wave now deals 25% more damage at all levels. Oh. That's good. Support changes. Unleash, Expand Salvo, and Freezing Salvo supports all use the same concept of seals instead of each having their own version. Okay. The standardized rules for seals will be consistent for all cases, resulting in some behavioral changes. Freezing Salvo and Salvo support previously had an extra could not get seals where you were performing that skill. That's no longer the case. Salvo support. I wish I had a coffee. Okay. One seal per one projectile per seal. Okay. Advancing Storm can now support any storm skill under any conditions rather than only spells you use yourself. Arjun's Medal now grants 25% chance to load a bolt into all crossbow skills on dealing a killing blow with supported skills. Atziri's Impatience can no longer support persistent skills. Batar's Vengeance, when you freeze a target with supported skills, for each 2 rage you have, you and allies in your presence gain 1% of damage as cold damage for 15 seconds. Okay. Brink 1 can now be cut at level 1, support increase level 2. Combination 2 no longer has combo count loss for supported skills occurs 50% slower. It now has supported skills lose combo if you generate no combo for 6 seconds. Corrupting Cry 1 and 2 no longer causes a supported skill to inflict corrupted blood. Oh, but it said it triggers a skill which inflicts corrupted blood, scale by the level of the gem it's socketed into. Okay. Decaying Hex no longer causes a supported curse to inflict decay. Instead, it triggers a skill which inflicts decay scale by the level of the gem it is socketed into. Jealous Desire now grants +5 to quality of supported skills. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Ouch. So it isn't doing long causes cursed ground created by supported skills to become hazards. Now causes cursed ground created by supported skills to spawn witch toads on an interval which seek out enemies and explode dealing chaos damage. Okay. Infernal Legion now grants me on maximum life as fire damage per second. Oh wait, with can I? Let's with some gems. Yeah, let's go support. Oh my god. Oh, how many Batar's Vengeance? Oh wait, Batar's Vengeance. This is something. This got changed, didn't it? Okay, these are all going to change anyway. But I've got. Right, do I have like uncut ones? Yeah. Okay, so. So Infernal Legion 1, minions will take 20% of the maximum life as fire damage per second. Monsters ignite and range 1.5 meters. As though dealing base fire damage equal to 20% of the minions' maximum life. And then this one is... Oh, the only difference is the range. The radius. This is 30% of their max life. Okay. Now goes 10% of their max life as fire damage per second, previously 20%. And minions from supported skills ignite enemies within a radius of 1.5 meters as they're dealing base fire damage equal to 10% of minions' maximum life, previously 20%. So before, Infernal Legion was nuts, but it was 30%, 2 meters, base fire damage equal to 25% of the maximum. So 25% of the life. And now the maximum is going to be 10. And they get fire resistance. Okay. Can no longer be obtained. Alright. I think that was, yeah. That's a big nerf. But, I mean, I think that was necessary, to be honest. Living Lightning no longer replaces minions when summoning a new one while already at maximum number of minions. Okay. Can now support any storm skill under any condition. Oh, but then that means that they're not refreshed much. It seems like it could be a bit of a nerf. Stealth nerf. Can now support any storm kill under any condition rather than any spells you use yourself. Now properly describes that it cannot support persistent skills. Overextend can no longer be obtained. Existing items are affected by this change. Pakate's Pact no longer causes a supported skill to inflict corrupted blood, but also triggers a skill which inflicts corrupted blood. Didn't we read this already? No? It has... Rage 1, 2, and 3 can now support minion skills. Okay. On melee hit... So, 5 rage on melee hit. How much does rage give us? 1% more attack damage per 5 rage. If you have 30 max rage and lose 1 rage every 0.2 second, rage losses 4 seconds upon gaining rage or after taking damage. Huh. Okay, yeah. Now additionally causes supported banner skills to grant allies deflection rating equal to 50% of their evasion rating. Now additionally causes supported banner skills to grant allies deflection rating equal to 20% of their evasion rating. The rage is nice though. Now grants supported skills over 4 bolts when you dodge, previously 5. What? And supported skills over 3 additional bolts, previously 4. Now grants supported skills have 10% increased attack speed, previously 20%. Refraction causes shock condition, I'm going to be obtained. Static shocks, okay. Turrets or green arrow costing level supported skills. If I was previously +3. Oh, now grants +2, previously +3. So Uhtred's got +2 skill roll and 3. There we go. All right. Volt. Gain 1% damage explained by vortex. Okay. Unique item changes. Unique moves. Dodge roll past 20 seconds. Zero security, gloves been reworked. Uh-oh. At zero security gave instant lead, shouldn't it? Pissing Bond has fire. Brass Dome now has increased armor. Oh. That's terrible now. Carnage Heart Unique Amulet now has 25 to 50% increased damage while leeching. Oh, that's good though. Chopper Chopper Unique Mace now has +2 to 3 to level 4 minion skills. Wait, what? Is Chopper Chopper good? Or is it? No, it's two-handed, isn't it? Chopper Chopper. Yeah, it's okay. That's was not yeah. Oh, whatever. Death Harp Unique Weapon Vertex 5 3 arrows now has surpassing chance for fire an additional arrow. Okay. Why not? Okay. Elevoy +1 charms gain 1 charge per second. +1 charm slots previously +1. Existing items can be buffed using a divine orb. Sister's Path. Glowswarm Unique Ring now has using a mana flask grants guard equal to 100% of the flask recovery amount for 4 seconds. Existing items are affected by this change. That's terrible. Hollow Mask Unique Helmet now grants with gift skills or as many spirits of guidance, allowing you to see nearby ancient blooms. It also has a remnant see create affect allies in your presence as well as when you collect it. Ugh. Husk of Dreams has been renamed to Reverie. It no longer grants increased flash charges gained or flash or flask. It now grants the Rite of Restoration skill and has non-unique life flasks apply their effects constantly. It also now has cannot use life flasks. Recovery from life flasks cannot be instant. Recovery from life flasks cannot be applied to anything other than you, as well as 40 to 60% less life flask recovery. Existing versions of this item cannot obtain these new modifiers. Hiri's Ire now has increased evasion, nerf, and gain 10 to 20% of damage as extra cold. Also nerf. Hiri's Ire is worse now. Okay. Yikes. Keeper of the Arc Unique Helmet now has increased armor and energy shield. Existing items can be updated to the new values using a divine orb. So that's a buff. Levinstone Unique Ring no longer has +1 to level lightning skills. It now has lightning skills chain +1 times. Megalomaniac drops identified. What? Why? There goes the unID'd Megalomaniac market. Plaguefinger Unique Gods now have cannot inflict elemental ailments. What? So you can't shock? That's that's a huge nerf to Plaguefinger. Prize Pain Unique Ring no longer has deal your thought. I mean, that's crazy. And both of these are a bit weird, honestly. Prize Pain Unique Ring no longer has deal your thorns damage to enemies with stun with melee attacks. That has Radiant Grief. Saffron's Dissolve Ring no longer has lightning resistance by area penalties. Now has +5 to 10% to cold and lightning resistance per equipped item with a fire resistance modifier. What? Okay. Cedar Cataclysm Unique Ring no longer has 30 to 50% increased critical spell damage bonus. It now has 5% reduced critical spell damage bonus per critical hit you've dealt with spells recently, and a 13 to 15% chance for spell damage with critical hits to be lucky. Existing items are not affected by this change. Second Resolve Unique Rings have been renamed Saffron's Resolve, Zaida's Long and Esheleta's Path. Increase armor evasion. It no longer has enemies mobile used by 20% more damage. Increased damage. Soul Mantle. Unique body armor no longer has 20% to 30% reduced totem life. It now says has plus 75 to spirit. That's just a huge buff. That's plus one totem, right? What is Soul Mantle like now? Increase armor and evasion, shield, strength, int. Plus one maximum totems. Inflicts a random curse on you when your totems die, ignoring curse limit. So it's still terrible, but you get a plus one totem. Which is good, I guess. Svalin unique shields cast on block skill. Now has supported skills cost nothing. It also applies. Also now has 50 to 100 runic ward. Existing items are not affected by this change. Nice, Svalin. Svalin buff. Zyda's longevity unique ring no longer has lightning resistances unaffected by area penalties. It now has plus 5 to 10% to fire and lightning resistance per equipped item with a cold resistance modifier. Yeah. Yeah. This is not affected by this change. And because charm charge is used. Charm's bad. Okay. Okay. Greater and perfect currencies have been made somewhat rarer. Greater and perfect currencies are rarer. Divine orbs are now more common. Greater orbs of transmutation, greater orbs of organization now have a minimum modifier level 44, previously 55, making them more accessible. What do you mean more accessible? They can now begin dropping in Act 4. Don't gaslight me, making them more accessible. There's a nerf to these. This is horrific. I'm dressing it up as a more. Ugh. Corruption outcome that randomizes and numeric values modifiers an item beyond the normal range now multiplies each modifier based on the current values instead of randomizing the value. Oh. Oh. That's another big nerf. Sanctify no matter now multiplies each value based on the current value instead of randomizing values. Okay, so you've got to have perfect ones. Right. Omen of Corruption can no longer be obtained. Right. Martial weapons and fast found in the campaign are now more likely to be the highest base type available at that level. That's pretty good. But it's just martial weapons and flasks, so not for like wands, staves. Yeah, okay. I guess because weapons are basically going to be useless if they're low damage, aren't they? Overall number of essences found in the campaign. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. But what about casters? Overall number of essences found in campaigns has been increased, so the proportion of these being essences of the infinite has been significantly decreased. This will lead to finding more useful essences as you progress. Good. Now, armor granted by items and modifiers has been increased as you get to high levels. At level 65, you should have approximately 32% more armor, tapering down to 15% at level 80 plus. Okay. Increased, so 33% more evasion, tapering down to 15%. And energy shield granted by items is now roughly 8% more at level 65 and unchanged at 80. Base armor that exists will automatically adjust it while armor modifiers and existing items can be updated with a divine orb. Increase the base weapon range of some martial weapon base size. 100 bases now have a base weapon range of 1.3, 1.5, 1.4 for quarter staves. Obliterated bow and artillery bow bases now have 1.1 attacks per second, increase to 1.15. Nerf to bows for some reason, but not much. Implicit modifier for wooden and guardian bows now provides chance to chain additional time. Previously, yeah. This one for Rabid Fury and Manti Thousands now provides 7 to 10 maximum range. Previously 8. Oh, yeah. Ultimate quality items from Beach Catalyst may now be salvaged to return a portion of the catalyst used. Ooh. The plus level of all skills modifiers on two-handed attack weapons now has a value of +5. Oh, so we went from +7 to +5. And Proj, +5. Melee, one-handed, +4. Proj, +4. Quiver, +1. All gems on attack weapons can only roll above level 18. Okay. Plus to all skills from +7 to +5 on two-handed. It's 5 to 4 on also projectile skills modifiers one-handed attack weapons. Yeah, quivers has gone to and it's supposed to take 5 additional modifier arrows for quivers. Okay, yeah, perfect. Oh, the perfect. This is a battle knife has +3 level attack skills on two-handed melee weapons or crossbows. Ugh. Oh man, that's a big yeah. Wow. Oh, as of this turn, I got 20 to 22% increased energy shield recharge rate when applied to focuses. Previously 41 to 45. Body runes now grants max life for socketed armor. Is a bit better. Max ES when socketed stays on ones. Yeah. Leech 3 to 4 to 5% of fizz. Okay. Yeah. Mind runes, max mana. Yeah, that's a bit better. The runes are getting buffed, aren't they? Yeah. Vision runes now grant accuracy rating when socket on a martial weapon. Desert runes now grant fire resistance when socket on armor items. They've buffed the runes. We're gonna want to start 15%. Oh. This change applies to existing items. Ugh. Wow. Just gone to edit lightning because you get shocked enemies. So they made these conditional. That means they're dead. Nobody's going to be doing this. Maybe you use this one for the chilled or frozen. Because you're always chilled if you take any kind of cold damage, right? But that's it. Idol of Grold now is socketed into boots. It grants 50% increased total power accounted by war cries, previously 20%, now grants 15% increased damage for each different companion in your presence when socketed into a scepter. The modern one now grants 30% increased glory generation, previously 20%. Maximus now goes 0.25 per second when socketed into a scepter. Ralikesh, 40% increased armor, evasion, energy shield while your companions in your presence when socketed into a scepter. Cirrus, movement speed while socketed into a scepter. The bottom modifier now grants 20% reduced slow potency, previously 15%. Allies in your presence still 30% when socketed into a scepter. Okay, so there's some added chaos attack damage. Increase AoE. Resolution efficiency of companions. War Idol. War Idol now grants allies in your presence regenerate 0.5% of your maximum life per second when socketed into scepters. Previously, allies in your presence regenerate 8 life per second. The bonded modifier now grants 25% increased Warcry cooldown recovery rate when socketed in gloves. Cat Idol now grants 25% increased accuracy rating when socketed in gloves. The bonded modifier now grants 30% increased charm charges gained when socketed in gloves. Fox Idol now has a limit of 1. It grants other socketed idols in this item also grant their bonded modifiers when socketed in body armors. The bond modifier now grants plus 5% to quality of all skills when socketed in body armors, previously plus 4 to all attributes. Owl Idol now grants 12% increased cooldown recovery rate when socketed in foci, previously 10%. And allies in your presence have 10% increased cast speed when socketed in scepters. The bonded modifier now grants increased Archon buffs. Yeah. I mean, the Ox Idol's pretty good. It's a block chance. Rabbit Idol, rarity of items found in body armors, and 15% increased spirit when socketed in scepters. That's good too. Snake Idol, cosmetic choose, gloves, wow, yeah. Stag Idol now has limit to 1. The ground speed has 50% chance to fork when socketed in helmets. Previously, 50% increased thorns critical hit chance. Wolf Idol grants 50% increased magnitude of bleeding you inflict when socketed in gloves, and allies in your presence have 20% increased critical damage bonus when socketed into scepters. At Mahula's Soul Core of Retreat no longer grants 30% faster start of energy shield recharge when socketed in a body armor or focus. Instead, it now grants additional ailment threshold equal to 15% of maximum energy shield, and gain additional stun threshold equal to 15% of maximum energy shield. This change applies to existing items. Maximum range on Ruby Jewels can only roll between 1 to 2, previously plus 1. Okay. Increased chaos damage on Sapphire Jewels can now roll between 7 to 13%. Suffix modifiers granting faster start of energy shield recharge can no longer roll on foci. Increased energy shield recharge rate suffix modifiers can now roll on intelligence body armors. The implicit modifier on the arcane raiment and sacramental robe body armor is now 15 to 25% increased energy shield recharge rate instead of 40%. It's got faster start of energy shield recharge. This change is not a change affecting items. Buffering suffix modifier now grants 12 to 15% increased energy shield recharge rate. of Ardor suffix grants this much. Man. Cast speed modifiers on rings and amulets are no longer shared with foci and wands. For rings and amulets, these modifiers now roll at slightly higher levels. The highest tier cast speed modifier for rings now rolls at level 60 and at level 66 for amulets. The maximum values on these modifiers are unchanged. Increased banner area of effect modifiers on jewels now to have values of 6 to 16%. Desecrated modifiers granting instant leech can no longer roll. The Squire's hybrid physical damage and accuracy modifier on weapons now has minimum level 8. Also no longer undercuts you for the priceless idle turner, now offering 3,000, 4,000 and 6,000 gold for each. Okay. That's significantly better because it was terrible before. The gold price of weapons for asynchronous trade have been increased by approximately 50%. What? Why? Okay. Desecrated map modifier of the onion no longer functional. This was a legacy modifier that only existed in the early access leagues. Okay. Monster changes. The culling successful for normal is now 35% of the maximum life, previously 30. Okay. That's not something you can really tell on the UI, is it? Monster leech resistance now starts at a later level, and values are lower at every level. All monster rarities now have the same amount of leech resistance. Essence monster packs are now affected by modifiers to pack size. As Mary says, the useful monsters now retain their power and empower other spirits. You know, the beam from the Priest of the Sun will no longer ignore some walls. Some. It will still ignore other walls, but not some. You will now refill some fast charges when Viper Nephites soldiers constrict the size of her arena. Well, that's decent. The Burning Dead in Ogden Village now deal a portion of their damage as fire, previously purely physical. Improve the visuals and telegraphing of the Lightning Doriani's elite monster. Okay, that's useful. Question is, you can no longer enter Plunderer's Point until you have turned in all 4 map pieces in King's March. You now receive a greater mind rune in the Halls of the Dead when interacting with Navali, previously a lesser mind rune. Okay. You no longer need to visit the Halani gates in order to access Traitor's Passage if you have already freed Risu. Okay. Wait, so does that mean we can go straight to the Mordun mines, free Risu, and then just skip that whole bit? Added accessibility pop-ups in the UI section. Added a dedicated keybind to perform a dodge roll, which will not cause the player to sprint when held down. This keybind is unbound by default and must be manually assigned in the option input. Yeah. Show only available option to the hideout decorations list when using mouse and keyboard. That's nice. Players using click to move. Clicking to move while channeling a skill that can be used while moving will no longer interrupt channeling. This should significantly improve the usability of skills such as flame breath and incinerate on click to move. Improve visual clarity, load times, and performance on the Acts 1 to 3 world maps. Additionally, they have been made to more accurately reflect the in-game directionality of area layouts. Skill information pop-outs no longer move modified stats to the top of the panel. Skill information. They're still showing. Okay. The notification that shows when an item in your Merchants tab has sold now displays a different message when the sold item is in a different league. Okay, yeah, that's good. Reroll button in the Ritual UI now pulses when you have free rerolls available. Pulsing. Empowered minions from various modifiers or sources now update the text for minion displayed on the monster. The Orgwin's Stash tab has been updated and now has 5 sections. Marking an enemy now shows the mark on their life bar. Maximum rage loss delay and rage loss per second are now displayed on the character panel. Increasing the maximum character limit of search pixels to 250 characters. That's really good. Copying items text now always copies the advanced description format. Searching by an item's text will now match the advanced description format. You can set favorite trades on the currency exchange when using mouse and keyboard. You can now pin a tracking scroll to your social profile to display to your friends, guild, and party members. You can now preview microtransaction weapon skins in the cosmetic shop without needing the applicable weapon type equipped. Added a top-down camera view for editing your hideout when using a controller. Added a feature to quickly change the currency you are currently applying when playing with a controller. Reworked the currency exchange UI when playing with a controller. Improved target selection for items and interactable objects when using a controller. Updated and restructured the options menu. Enabled in-game clock option for PlayStation and Xbox. Empty exchanges. Bug fixes. Life Class could not always be used while at full life with the enduring Elixir's Pathfinder notable passive skill, despite it allowing their effect to stay on you while at full life. Ritualist Ritual Sacrifice skill gained a cooldown at level 20. So we didn't get any charms. Charms are still boring as heck. Fix a bug where the Ritualist's Ritual Sacrifice skill gained a cooldown at level 20 specifically. Information about using Ritual Sacrifice on yourself had now been folded into the skill's description rather than being described separately on the as the Whisperer's demand passive. Fix where Pounce providing additional mark effect to practice marks with demand skills. Fix an issue that prevented Mirage Archer and Mirage Deadeye from properly rotating to follow their target while using Rapid Shot. Okay. Terra Feral Invocation to not interact correctly. Minion's ability to not bypass Last Gasp. Thunderstorms could be created out of bounds. There's bonuses to most skills that could be used with any martial weapon. Holopalm technique now replaces your unarmed base damage for effective attacks rather than adding damage on top of the unarmed damage. A bug that could cause modifiers to unarmed critical hit chance to not be applied to displayed critical hit chance on the skill information pop out. Several issues for mechanics that make modifiers to number of projectiles applied to their values instead. Additional projectiles didn't apply to the skills like rain of arrows. Yeah. Fix where the benefits quality provided to combat were not functioning. Terra and Lightning Warp were able to develop what they shouldn't. Poison Spores support did not have appropriate behavior and asynchronous trade prices. The cannons ready to my skill would not use cause tokens to attack when a player uses multiple blast or moment override or power charge for falling thunder. There's a lot here in the bug section, isn't there? Abyss because I would add one additional abyss that uses enabling abyss spawning. Oh. You only physically got one abyss. Bosses could occasionally push players out of their arena. Rude. Yeah, that happened to me. Iron Cunt from using his sword and pale skill. Both of them backhand swings be able to be blocked, parried, or evaded. A lot of bugs. There's a lot. Holy guacamole. Okay, there was already updates. After unlocking unique risk removal, you can upgrade the base type of unique weapons and armors that drop at levels of 55. Interval between gaining ghost shrouds is no longer a duration. Oh yeah, we've seen this. Okay. Wow. Holy. It's a lot of nerfs. Like there's buffs to the things that we're doing, but there's a lot of nerfs to energy shield recharge rate and energy shield. Those people are gonna be pissed. Right, well, I think I gotta get out of here. I gotta go and fix some stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. This was interesting. I'm gonna make a video about these changes later on. But yeah, that's it from everybody. So I'm gonna get out of here. But with that, I hope you are kind to everyone you meet. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.